Guide signs, beyond the driver's test. Unlike regulatory signs and warning signs, guide signs do not tell drivers what actions to take or not take. Instead, they are intended to offer essential information regarding current or upcoming places, roadside amenities, petrol stations, historical sites, significant intersections or turnoffs, parks, rivers, or other scenic locales may all be mentioned on guide signs. Guide signs can be categorized into 4 groups based on the type of information they offer. 1. Brown-colored wayfinding markers denote practical utilities and recreational areas. 2. Rest places and service areas are designated by blue-colored guidance signs. 3. Drivers are advised of the distance left before an exit from a highway by destination signs, which are typically green. 4. Road number markings let drivers know which road they are currently on. The type of road that the route sign specifies will determine its color. Let's now go over these various guidance sign types in more depth. Route marker guide signs. Route markers will be placed at regular intervals by the side of every numbered roadway to aid drivers in locating their current location. Trailblazers are arrows that are occasionally displayed below a route sign to direct drivers to the designated path. Some major highways have mileposts to aid drivers in calculating their distance traveled. Ordinarily, they are placed every mile from the start of the highway. If you break down and need to provide a recovery worker or emergency responder directions to your position, these signs can be very helpful. The style of route marker signs varies depending on the location and type of road. As said here. 1. Interstate highways are 1. A blue and red shield-shaped sign is used everywhere as a route marker on limited-access interstate roadways. North-south interstates have odd numbers, whereas east-west interstates have even numbers, to help drivers identify their location and direction of travel. 2. American highways shield-shaped signage in black and white are used to identify these roadways. Similar to interstate highways, east-west routes are denoted by an even number, whereas north-south routes are denoted by an odd number. Because they cross other roads and include traffic signals, U.S. highways differ from interstate highways. 3. Local and state roads. Some state and county highways adhere to the federal road numbering standard, which assigns east-west routes even numbers and north-south routes odd numbers. Remember that not all states employ this strategy, and those that do don't always. Every state in the Union has its own distinctive system, and state and county highway route markers are no exception. Some state highway route markers have a design from the state flag or a symbol with the state's outline. The colors that are most frequently used on state highway route markers are black and white. The route marker design scheme used in your state should be described in your state's driving manual. Make sure to look this up. Destination signs. Most major highways have destination signs displayed above or beside them to guide drivers. Typically, these are rectangular, green signs with white text that lists the name of a destination and the distance to that location. The route number of the other highway, if it meets with the one you're on, will be displayed on the destination sign. Exits on heavily used highways are frequently numbered to make it easier for cars to recognize and get ready for their turnoff. The exit sign will typically state if motorists must merge into a specified lane to access their exit. At least 3 exit signs must be placed at regular intervals before each exit on limited access highways. Recreation signs. These brown guiding signs identify noteworthy sites, enjoyable destinations, and recreation areas. They might be present at campgrounds, swimming areas, or national parks. Some signage for recreational areas have graphics or symbols that mimic the kind of location they mark, as seen in the image above. To direct drivers to that facility, recreational signs occasionally appear as a part of a larger guide sign, such a green directional sign. Roadside service signs. Long stretches of highway with little access to crucial services are frequently marked with blue roadside service signs. A rest stop, restaurant, motel, hospital, or gas station may be indicated by this style of guidance sign. In order to help vehicles decide whether to stop, roadside service signs on limited access highways occasionally mention the distance to the next service station. Railroad Emergency Notification System signs, ENS. In order to distinguish an emergency service, Railroad Emergency Notification System, ENS, signs are normally blue. Nearly every railroad crossing in the United States has signage for the Railroad Emergency Notification System. ENS signs are typically placed next to the crosswalk sign in black and white or beside the railroad crossing itself. In the event of an emergency involving the railroad tracks, drivers should phone the emergency toll-free number listed on the ENS sign, which includes a disabled vehicle blocking the crossing in whole or in part, bad signal systems or gates at the crossing, an obstruction in the route of the railroad crossing, traffic violators on the railroad tracks, another circumstance that makes the crossing dangerous. Every day, ENS is staffed around the clock. Your best chance of preventing any trains that are scheduled to cross the crossing lies with the operator you speak with when dialing this number. The ENS sign will have a telephone number and a special identification number underneath it. When speaking with the ENS agent, mention this reference number because they will need it to find the problematic crossing. Guide signs in different states. Although some state drivers' manuals do not go into great length about guide signs, it is still vital to read over all the information in your manual that relates to signs. The design of typical guide signs can differ significantly from one state to the next, as you can see from the section above on route markers. If your driving manual does not prominently contain guide signs, do not panic. Our exhaustive list of guide road signs can serve as an example of the signs covered in our videos.